Alex speaking today, and today I'm going to be doing my Educate Sesame video, and I'm going to talk about why Sesame Street needs to stop supporting Autism Speaks, and why they should be educated about this from my perspective. Back in April of 2014, Sesame Street and Autism Speaks partnered up for like World Autism Acceptance Month, and this really hurt a lot of autistic people. And Sesame Street is about promoting a message of inclusiveness and acceptance and diversity, and Autism Speaks does the opposite of that for autistic people. And I'm here to educate Sesame on the ABCs of autistics. They are acceptance, belief, and community. Autism Speaks is anguish, burden, and crisis. Autism speaks the opposite of has the opposite moral code of what Sesame Street is doing. Autism Speaks his message is that they want to use like prevention, treatments, causes, and a cure for autism, which means eradicating the whole autistic population. And they've used a lot of pseudoscientific treatments that have done a lot of damage towards autistic people, such as adversaries and electric shock, which killed a student at the Judge Rotenberg Center. And back in November of 2013, they partnered with the Judge Rotenberg Center, and that school is very infamous for its treatment of disabled people, and also with like chelation, which killed a child back in 2003 from its so-called misuse, which chelation is used in detoxifying heavy metals, in which autistic people are not poisoned. And they also use a lot of drugs such as oxycodone, which have very dangerous side effects, just like deepening voice and racing heart tone. So Sesame Street, you want to be careful about who you're supporting, because these guys promote very dangerous experimental drugs. And another thing is that a lot of their videos have a lot of fear rhetoric and their commercials too. A good one starts like Autism Every Day, where one mother named Allison Singer, who said this message to her daughter, that she wanted to drive her daughter off the George Washington Bridge along with her in a murder-suicide attempt, and do it because of her neurotypical daughter. And they have I Am Autism, which they direct autism in a very monotone voice and dark voice, saying that I am autism. If you are happily married, I will make sure your marriage fails. Or many other things that they say that their money is going to fall into their hands, and I'm going to bankrupt you for my own self-gain. And since Autism Speaks is also a group that puts more money in their salaries than actually helping autistic people. And last but not least, Suzanne Wright's DC movement, where she quoted, "This is autism. These families are not living. They are merely existing, hour by hour, day by day, in anticipation for the child's next move, in despair, in fear of the future." This kind of rhetoric is very, very damaging and very offensive to autistic people. And this rhetoric, once you hear it, it's going to be very damaging for what you're trying to do, and you're going to be very, very regretful about why you support Autism Speaks. Um, please do the right thing and support the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network or Autism Women's Network, or join the Boycott Autism Speaks movement if you want inclusiveness and acceptance of autistic people, because that's the best thing you should do instead of supporting Autism Speaks. Thank you, and I hope you... Thank you for helping children throughout the whole generations, and please, please, start supporting the autistic self. Stop supporting Autism Speaks. I highly recommend it, because you're going to be promoting a very fearful and negative message about us if you keep supporting them. And we don't want our future children and parents believing that autism is a tragic burden and a crisis that needs to be stopped. We need to learn how to accept autistic people for who they are and for their natural born differences too, because that is what makes them feel like that they're a part of society rather than being treated as like an illness that needs to be fixed or rewired. Do the right thing, Sesame Street. Go back to the way that you used to be and accept autistic people for who they are. Thank you. And listen to this message. Goodbye.